Chapter 21. This part. Sky's heart raced faster the closer they got to Jessie's house. "Here it is," she said when the property came into view. When Dylan stopped the truck, the three looked over what had once been a driveway but now seemed more like an overgrown dirt path through the trees. The only item marking it was a weathered, rusty mailbox leaning halfway over a grassy ditch, the address painted in white, uneven letters. Sky wondered if a younger Jessie drew on the postbox, or a drunk Frankie. Tension built in the two men as they pulled in the drive. They were on alert. The strain was contagious and caused Sky's throat to dry. Dylan eased the vehicle down the long driveway. Sky clenched the edge of the seat, impatient to get to the end. She bit her lips together as Dylan halted the truck a short distance from the house and parked, then scanned the forested property. Sky didn't see much change since the last time she visited, except perhaps for a few more pieces of garbage in the yard. Frankie's home was little more than a falling-down wooden shack with bits of white paint claiming better days. Scavengers had devoured any food thrown out, leaving containers and bottles in the sparse grass. To a passerby, it would have seemed another derelict property, but Sky knew what this house was. A shiver trailed her spine. And what happened here? Sky scooted up on her seat. "Let's go." "You're staying here." "We gotta make sure things are okay," Dylan said. "They are okay. No one is out here." "He could have a gun," Dylan pointed out. "There could be dogs. We don't know what we're getting into here." Sky stared at Dylan. "Let me out." Dylan continued to watch the house and yard without acknowledging her. "You don't have to help with this part," Sky said. Dylan snorted. "I know Frankie too." He opened his door and got out of the car, watching for any movement as he did so. Sky shot him a look. That wasn't all that surprising. It was a small town. She hopped out and squeezed around him, heading toward the door. "Slow down," Dylan warned. Sky's only wish was to get to Jessie. "If I go faster, maybe they will too. Frankie won't give me any trouble with these two standing behind me." Sky walked the mud sidewalk to the front door. A dull smacking thud she couldn't place came to her from inside. It sounded again and again. Then a muffled cry. Sky stumbled to a stop. It was the heavy smack of a leather belt on exposed skin. Nauseous, Sky put a hand to her stomach and ran for the door. "Jessie." "The poor boy." Dylan and Wade's feet thudded up the sidewalk behind her. Conflicted emotions played across Wade's face. "This is a family matter. Best leave it alone." Sky had no response for him but turned to Dylan. His pained expression told her he understood precisely what was going on here. Dylan gave Sky a reassuring nod. "I'm with you, Sky." Wade followed his brother's lead. The front door stood ajar a few inches. Sky jerked it open the rest of the way. Her stomach quivered when she caught sight of Jessie. He huddled against the wall, cringing in anticipation of the next blow. His shirtless body half turned from his father to help shield himself from the attack. His skinny arm raised as if he could ward off the strike. Frankie towered over the boy. He took another swig from the near-empty whiskey bottle he held in one hand before raising the belt again with the other. Unmoved by the welts already swelling on his son's body from this beating and the solid purple bruising remaining from the last one, Frankie staggered toward Jessie. Sky hauled in a long, shuddering breath as her heart exploded with pity, sorrow, and rage. Her vision became murky. Her chest ached, and soon fury was the only emotion she felt. She had never felt true rage before, certainly nothing close to this. It fueled her as she stormed toward Frankie. "Stop." "Wait," Dylan hissed behind her. "I said stop." The air stirred beside Sky's shoulder as his hand missed catching her. Sky would not be stopped. She had fought for children her whole life from a chair, an office. Now she was face to face with the abuse, she would fight harder. Her muscles tightened, alert and ready. Focused on whipping his son, Frankie was unaware of the trio invading his home. He raised the belt for another blow, twisting it in his fist as he sought a firmer grip. Without conscious thought, Sky moved in. Stepping behind Frankie, Sky reached up as his grip loosened on the band. The strap cracked against her palm. She gasped in pain but managed to wrap her fingers around the leather strip. Sky yanked it from Frankie's grasp. Quicker than Sky would have imagined possible, she turned and pulled a startled Jesse from the floor. She grabbed his hand and ran, dragging him beside her. She didn't get far. Surprised, but always ready for a fight, Frankie swung toward her. His muscles bunched, and his angry face reddened as the man launched himself at Sky. One of his hands seized the back of her neck. Another went around her waist. His fingers gouged the soft area under her ribs. Rage still boiled Sky's blood, but now panic edged it as Frankie yanked her backward. Sky gasped and reacted. Frankie's belt was still in her hand. She gripped it so fiercely the leather edges curled. Sky released Jesse and let Frankie pull her in. Then she turned and raised her arm high. With every bit of anger and strength she had, Sky lashed the leather strap at him. Buckle end hit Frankie full in the face. The crunch of bone and cartilage sounded around them. Blood poured from his nose and cheek, running down his neck. Sky froze at the sight of what she had done. Frankie fell back but was quick to regain his footing. He grabbed at Sky again. Wade howled, "Move." His voice reverberated on the bare walls. Sky responded. Turning toward the door, she pulled Jesse along with her. She arched her back as Frankie's hand scraped across it. "Come on, Jesse, run." With wide eyes and shaking legs, Sky and Jesse made it to the front door where Dylan pushed them past the threshold. Sky shot a wild look up at him to find his eyes boring into hers. Sky glanced over her shoulder. Dylan took several large steps, pushing his gun to Frankie's head as he growled, "Whoa, whoa, whoa. You better stop right there, if you know what's good for you." Sky sagged with relief. They were safe.